Hello. I'm still here. I still exist. I'm still a streamer. It's been something like 2 weeks. I mean, I guess most people would use Christmas and New Year's as an excuse, but I had plenty of time. I just don't stream a lot. That's all. Oh. Nope. Is this right? Okay. The fact that it said chapter start worried me for a second, but right, this is like it's still the start of a chapter. Okay. Not like chapter. Is this it? So what was the last oh man, it's gonna be hard to recap. What happened last time? We were talking a little... What did we... We got an intentional game over, right? What was it? I was trying to find food to give to her. I was like, here, eat my prosecutor's badge. Uh-oh. The miracle never happened. My New Year's resolution. Well, how do you know? It's only the third day. I've streamed 1 of 3 days this year. That's better than my record, right? Is it? I don't even know. This is a perfume bottle. Thanks. It's not evidence at the scene of a murder or anything. Gummy. Oh, you mean gumshoe. Right now, somehow Gumshoe is the prime suspect. Which I don't think we've ever had that before in one of these games. But he's not gonna take the stand, because we're gonna prove without going to court that he didn't do it. Oh, it's the Mr. It's the Mr. from before and the lady. Are they really telling her, like, maybe you should go home where there's nobody to take care of you because your father was just murdered minutes ago? You also... Okay, right. You is the giggle lady who maybe is the real killer? Anybody with any kind of personality is probably a murderer. Hey, mister. What is it? Alright. There's no one else who could be the true culprit. Alright. I guess we'll start by talking to Bad. Something I'd like to confirm with you once again. Alright, I'm gonna say to you, my hand is like twice the size of your face, or is that just perspective? He's not actually pointing at him, he's pointing at me. The perfume that you wear, she spilled some of it. Perfume, huh? So the sweet scent in the air is perfume. Yes, as people often do with their incredibly expensive perfume. Oh, it is actually kind of bad that I don't remember a whole lot about what's happened this chapter. I know that there were the two people are dead. The going theory is that one of them stabbed the other in the heart, killing him instantly, and also the other one was shot. I was just kind of going off of the assumption that there is a third person who probably killed both of them, but even that's not necessarily true. Maybe one of them killed the other, and then somebody showed up and killed the survivor. How was New Year's? New Year's was pretty good. Got to hang out with a group of friends that I used to see more often, and now really only see once a year on New Year's. Got a recommendation for a couple of games. I picked up World of Goo on Steam, which is pretty old and was only 99 cents. I don't think I'm going to stream it. It's just a puzzle game that they highly recommended. So I was like, oh, okay. I did pick up Quantum Break. So I'm going to be playing, I think, that and One Shot. We'll finish this up, and I may even just stick to this until I finish it, and then start One Shot and Quantum Break at the same... Well, not at the same time, but... I also gotta figure out if there's something else that I could be streaming. I don't know. I was playing a little bit of Path of Exile the other day with Chronicus. He was just starting it, so I was like, okay, let me reinstall it. I haven't played it in a year or two. Started a new character with him. It was just basically running around in the first couple starter areas. She's the sister of the victim of the KG-8 incident. He was the lead detective on the case. You knew? The game's called Metal Gear Solid, asshole. I also think that today's trial involving the Codopian staff member is being referred to as the second KG-8 incident. Relationship with Ms. Yu and Mr. Faraday. Alright, we're about to get the straight dope. Tell me. flashback? Sun and Mai. No, wait, how many years ago was it? Was it 3 years? Are we full anime? The honest truth behind the KG8 incident. On the trail of a smuggling ring. Professor Portal! Hey. So I played Thinking with Time Portals. I played it without you. You weren't here for it. And I didn't realize it was gonna be, like, really short. So I did play through it. I did finish it. I didn't really like it that much, but part of it is definitely because I didn't realize for the first, like, 6 or 7, it was a while before I realized, like, how it worked. And I saw that there's like 2,000 custom maps out there that I could go and pick up if I wanted to just play Thinking with Time Thinking with Time Machines for the rest of eternity. The case became tainted. All right, I gotta pay more attention to this. The witness who was going to testify about the Amano Group's ties to the smuggling ring, CCU, was killed. And what became of the secretary who was arrested? Colin Deveray. To be honest, the guy didn't know a thing about the smuggling ring. But he confessed to knowing about it anyway. Deveray was probably being intimidated by the big boss man. Just another scapegoat. All about the custom maps? Oh. Yeah, there was one from, like, just from the base game, there was one that frustrated me for a while because the thing that I didn't really grasp until I was pretty far into it was that you were basically just programming a second player to play co-op with. Like, you could hit the pick up key to say pick up a box that is not there right now, but when I play back the recording there'll be a box there, so I want you to pick it up. That was what I was missing. I thought that we were actually, going back and, playing back a recording. I didn't think it would work that way, but it did. The boss man of Amano Group. He can't seriously mean Ernest Amano. So we already, in the future, is he under arrest? I think he is. Would have been difficult to secure an acquittal after he confessed. Had an important piece of evidence stolen from him. I should have waited. I always expect you to be here. Like, I turn on the stream, and I almost waited a little bit on the title screen. Like, I'll just wait, because in 2 or 3 minutes, Professor Portal's gonna pop in. So yeah. Oh, hey Shub. The swatting. Yeah, I did. That was what was it, a couple of days ago, that somebody had, swatted somebody that they were playing some game with. I don't recall if it was a streamer or if it was just someone that two people that were playing against each other or whatever. But that, it was somebody else's address, and the police showed up and, showed up to a house where there was nothing wrong and ended up shooting somebody. petty cat? I didn't think it was about I thought it was just two people, like, being crappy over the internet, not, like, over any specific thing. I guess I haven't looked into it too much more than that. Was it over money? Or are there two different stories here? Was it gambling? I thought it was Call of Duty or something. I haven't looked into it much. I mean, is he talking about the holes in his jacket? Like he's still wearing the jacket and the tie? I'm just now noticing he has holes in his tie. Oh, Call of Duty gambling. From what I understand too, like they did catch the guy who swatted him or tried to swat him, and B, he has been arrested for it before, or was investigated for it before at least. I don't know. Okay. I know I've thought about setting up a Discord for the stream, but I mean, we see how often I stream. I don't know if it's fair to say everybody come over here and hang out, and maybe I'll even stream once in a while. All right, so he wears this jacket to remind himself of the lessons he learned. Had a brick wall as far as the law was concerned. And that's when she came to the courtroom, the victim's sister. RC... Yeah, Discord would allow you to pester me more. Maybe. I mean, I guess I could think about it. I'll think about it. There's a lot of stuff that I want to do. Like, I still need to, like, find a real artist to do a real emote instead of my crappy screen-capped cat hood. Still want to work on, like, alerts and stuff with my bot. Just saying you're sorry won't bring my sister back. You didn't kill her, though. Man, that's assault. That's not nice. Even after... Okay, so this is important. After the KG8 incident, he continued to... Okay, him and Faraday still worked on trying to find the hunting ring. Eh? Bringing people... Wait, is who? Is Professor Professor Portal's been here, like, forever. He's always here. And so is Serpent. Both of them. Every day. Serp shows up before my intro screen is over. Oh, who? Huh? Wait, who's RCT Mid? I don't see anybody in my chat with that name. Unless I'm missing someone, I don't know who that is. Uh-oh. Hey, stream, stop that. Stream? Oh, you get... Oh. I have done that before, too. I have done that before. Started typing in one person's stream to people who are in the other stream. And I don't know, I apologize for whatever just happened with the stream. My stream health went to red for like 30 seconds. So this whole thing, this smuggling ring, this is in the past. This case is from like 7 years ago, and apparently in the present we're still hunting this smuggling ring. So there's that guarantees this isn't the last case, because we're gonna unflashback back to the future and finally catch the guys in there. When you watch Marstead and get a Twitch notification. Weird? Does Twitch like notify you in both windows if somebody joins a like I never like I stopped friending people. I stopped getting like involved in the Twitch friend system just because it bugged me to have like alerts pop up like this person just showed up. I'm like, well, I'll let them go about their business until they address me. He goes, I have my own agenda. I'm still on the hunt for leads regarding the KG8 incident. Alright, so I had forgotten this conversation. She seemed to think that he was guilty, but she was representing him in order to get closer to him. Yeah, that's true. It's true that you can turn off friend alert messages, but I don't think I would want people to know when I show up in a chat if they're there. Cuz I do that too sometimes. I'll jump in somewhere, and if I'm not feeling like it, if I don't feel like speaking up, I'll just leave. What? I could have stolen this lollipop from you. Right? Yeah. Oh, before you ask, I'm not really any farther in Umineko. I'm at the part where everybody's flipping out over the fact that Maria won't shut up about saying that the witch was the one that handed her the umbrella, which is still like super early. Nothing has happened yet, but it's going to start. Okay, right, Kay, if I was lost for a second, Kay is the daughter. Faraday... What's his name, Faraday? Bjorn Faraday is one of the guys who died. Kay is his daughter. He knows both of them. Yeah. He was going to testify that Rel was not... So that's... That's weird then. That's weird because Faraday was there prosecuting the guy. So he should have been proving, hey, you know, you did it. Alright, tell me more. Alerts for... Well, there's alert... The alerts that say that somebody started streaming are fine. I just meant the alerts that, like, a friend has showed up in the chat that you're in. Both these cases are tied to the smuggling ring. The witness who was to testify about the ring was murdered. Yeah. There's no point with the presence or absence of the great thief Yatagarasu. Rel claimed to be the Yatagarasu, however, in the middle of the trial, he suddenly declared Mr. Faraday to be the real Yatagarasu, then during the recess they were both killed. Yeah, we are in typical visual novel territory now, where everything has to take an hour to get to the point. And so, in order to catch Mr. Faraday, Mr. Rel's cold-blooded killer, I feel that I need to learn as much as I can about the Yatagarasu. He's going to tell us. He's going to tell us. I'll tell you the reason we've never caught the Yatagarasu. Stutz. Always knows the exact location of the target object. Stutz. Always knows exactly how to disarm the security system. Mitsu. Doesn't leave a single shred of evidence behind, ever. Somehow had both chats combined. I guess, yeah, if you're using... Did you say you're using, like, Twitch IRC or something? Because I don't see how that would happen in... like, on the Twitch website, but maybe if you're using another program to view the chat, that could be it. Never bring her on tape. Never draws any attention. So he's... Were you really gonna testify that? You're like, you can't be Yatagarasu because Yatagarasu wouldn't kill anybody. I just know. I just know, Your Honor. Yeah, duh. Oh, but he's not done yet. This time he plays Pot of Greed. Send to the police. Enough ellipses. He loves the ellipses. Well, it's just, I guess it's just long sentences. He can't fit all... This guy. We're gonna run out of dots before the end of the chapter. A special card that only the Yatagarasu uses was attached. And it's the one from case 1. Yep. Okay. On the browser? Really? That is weird. I haven't heard of that happening. But now it makes a lot more sense how you'd be like, hey, what are you guys doing in this chat? His Honor would like to transfer the evidence from today's trial over to you. He would like us to believe that those are bullet holes in the code. I think he was just using ellipses and tripped and fell. And they perforated every inch of his being. Play a part in ensuring that all criminals everywhere are found guilty. Hi, Judge. He's gonna throw me the dots, too. To stand at the witness stand. And have a greater appreciation for just how hard it is to give testimony. I think, getting the judge's testimony was probably my favorite part of the game so far. Nobody expects you to think when you're a judge. I ... Oh. Alright, are we about to get 10 truth bullets right here? They're just gonna completely fill our inventory? Just sitting here. The evidence bag that was on the table in the lobby. Oh, that was in the bag. Okay, during the murder. That is the opposite direction from you. So we have the knife, the gun, and envelope, and what's this organizer doing here? Alright, finally gameplay. First, the envelope. this is not for the KG8 incident. This is for the actual case that was on trial. On the night of September 8th, an embassy staff member was killed in front of the embassy. Died of shock due to being shot in the heart. Mac Rell was brought in that night as a suspect and thoroughly questioned because the murder weapon was found on him, for which he was arrested on the spot. A simpleton of a man, that's what he was. The weapon wasn't the only incriminating evidence we had. He was caught in the act on film by a security camera, meaning he didn't do it because this is Phoenix Wright. Not been aware that there was a camera in the area. Open and shut case, Johnson. Alright, the surveillance video the security camera took. Played during the trial by Mr. Faraday. You can clearly identify Mr. Rell on it. Even the sound of the gunshot was crystal clear. Alright, so that was all that. Let's look at the gun. That might count as irony, not sure. Chronicus! And Stormblood came in today. We're playing 14. Where did you leave off in 14? I'm trying to remember now. Because I get mixed up. I'm trying to keep track of where a lot of people are. I want to say you were at Leviathan, maybe? You had beaten... I remember watching you finish the ultimate weapon fight, because that guy, Mr. Pancakes or whoever, was, you know, like carried you through the last 2 dungeons, which was super nice of him. And then I feel like you had gotten just a little bit into the pre-Heavensward stuff. I think you might have done the Moogle fight. I think you were coming up on Leviathan, maybe. Or maybe you did. Okay, maybe you did Leviathan, and so you're just past him. You got about 20 quests to go before it starts to, like, get good. Where you start getting into the part of the story that is truly leading into Heavensward and isn't just filler. So this is the knife. That's a sacrificial dagger there. Looks like he wrote his strategy for getting Mr. Rell convicted in here. This is... Pay attention to all aspiring lawyers. All you need to write are 4 pages. That's it. Just walk into court with an organizer that has four handwritten pages, and you're sure to get your conviction. I have oh wait, I might have to wait until they actually add it before I can read all of this, so we'll wait. It appears that Mr. Faraday honestly believed that Mr. Rell was the killer in the case. See, they show these, but then they kind of overlay it a little bit. And it would also appear that he had proof that Mr. Rell was not the Yatagarasu. And he apparently also had a very definitive piece of evidence. Yes, I believe that Mr. Faraday was well prepared to discredit any claim Mr. Rell may have made about being the real Yatagarasu. And he had a way to prove that Mr. Rell was guilty. Alright. Alright. Now I can read it. Oh, there's a pic. Well, let me read it first, because I should have been reading it while he was... I have collected the evidence I need to prove that Rell was the killer. Between the handgun Rell had on him when he was arrested and the surveillance tape, I should be able to prove that he was the one. So the evidence he had were the evidence we already heard about. He had the handgun on him, and he was on the surveillance tape. The sound of his handgun went off. The sound of his handgun going off was recorded with superb clarity on the surveillance video. I also have evidence that I can use to prove that Rel is not the real Yatagarasu. No matter how he may try to play it, as long as I have the Yatagarasu's key, I can prove he's a phony. If I present it to him in court, it should clear everything up. It's been a long battle. I hope that this will finally bring it to an end. Was he himself going to say... Was he planning to pull a Harvey Dent and go, I am the Yatagarasu? And say, that proves that you're not the Yatagarasu. Hang on. Yeah. Alright, maybe. And then that guy turned the tables on him by saying preemptively, that guy over there is the... Okay, so maybe not. Maybe not. I don't know what's going on. There's a picture stuck between the pages. Oh, playing through... Are you a big fan of alt classes? Because I admit that I've played pretty much everything in the game up to at least level 50 by now, but I would think that that's not, like, a huge... It's not really that much fun, is it? Going back and... Well, maybe to refamiliarize yourself with the game. Since it's been, like, 6 months now, it might be good to go, like, let me hop on a lower class, run around doing newbie stuff, and then, you know, and then move on. You also get to switch to Red Mage or Samurai if you want. I don't even remember what class you were playing. You were a Bard, I remember. Because I would yell at you about the dots. A rather ornate key. Just look at the design on the handle. The craftsmanship is superb. He did mention in the organizer Yatagarasu's key. What did Bad say in between all of the dots? This is a flashback to the full conversation that we just had 10 minutes ago. That's everything. Didn't mention... Oh, is the knife... Look at the shape of that knife. Let's see, where's the key? Look at that. This is some kind of a thing. The weapon that was used to kill was the gun. But if that's the case, where did the knife that was used to murder Mr. Faraday come from? I wonder how long they're going to draw that out. How many hours will it be before... Right? Isn't that's the meme? You sit there and instantly figure it out. And then hours and hours later... There's some webcomic. I forget exactly. In fact, I don't think it's... I don't think the thing that they reference in it is from a Phoenix Wright case. I think it's just an example that they made up. It was like, obviously, the person stashed the gun in the ice bucket. And they're like, fast forward 4 hours before the characters catch on to that fact. I do know the answer. Does he already know? One of the pieces of evidence we've been holding has been hiding a secret of its own. It was through this piece of evidence that the knife was brought into the courthouse. Take that! It's the key. Okay, so thankfully they dodged this bullet. They had Edgeworth instantly figure this out. But that's impossible. A key can't be a knife. Nerd. Okay. No, it's gonna be the handle, right? Is there a button on it? Or something? Ka-chunk! It's kind of funny, like, having it be that anticlimactic. Because this kind of, like, does this change anything? Oh, it's possible he had no idea that the key was hiding a knife blade inside. I guess. Are we going to trick someone later into referring to the key as the knife or the other way around? Kind of like with the thinker, going all the way back to... It's Marstead!
Just turn around. Alright.
Oh man, that takes me way back, if you're getting hosted by Marstead. How you doing? I was just talking about Phoenix Wright Case 1-1, where they go, you trick somebody into referring to, or somebody refers to the thinker as a clock, which proves that they were inside the apartment. Are we going to trick someone into calling the knife a key, or vice versa? So hi to everybody coming in, or everybody and anybody coming in from the host. We're in the middle of I'm pretty sure this is case 4 of, Ace Attorney Investigations Miles Edgeworth, the first Miles Edgeworth game, which so far contains no ghost shenanigans, which is a little bit like Marstead would love it. I'm indifferent. They actually did make a Phoenix Wright style game in which there are no spirit mediums or consulting with the deceased or being possessed by you know, sisters and whatnot. That's odd. We're short one piece of evidence. The surveillance video. Surveillance camera. There have been science shenanigans. Yeah, the completely BS. Oh, I have this hologram device in my pocket that can just replicate reality arbitrarily. How could a piece of evidence just disappear? Where did it go? Where did the soda go? There. Again with the failed wordplay. They're like, well, they punned in Japanese, we better do it in English. It just didn't work. Have you been derelict in your duties? Oh, so somebody... Ooh. So that makes it seem like whoever committed these murders did so in order to retrieve the tape, which probably has evidence of the real killer. Who is he with? Oh, this is the... Oh, okay, it's him. I forgot his name because a lot of the new characters being introduced in this are a little bit forgettable. He's the tiger guy. They didn't even give me his name. He's the guy that we will meet in 7 years. Has the same freckle on both sides of her face. I didn't even notice that they reversed the sprite and her little mole or whatever. That she put it on both sides. Right, because in the other games, she's always on the prosecutor's side, so you only see her from one side. It's not an issue that they, whatever, need to reverse the sprite. That is funny. This guy also conveniently has perfectly symmetrical holes in his jacket. I know you're standing right behind me. I'm looking in a mirror directly at you. Lang. Right. Agent Lang. The lost honor of his family. Nobody... It's... Unless he's going to actually be in this case, it's kind of weird and dumb that they would just go, and by the way, he existed 7 years ago. Isn't that funny? Or is this because they're going to tie him in? It might be because he's part of the smuggling ring. I guess that's what's going on, right? Even if he is rude. But at least he talks quickly. Nothing to do with the two of you. Humph. Humph. Are we going to present something to him? So we may end up having to present something to him. We'll see. What happened here around the time of the crime? That was Jin from Samurai Champloo. And I probably mangled it. Kotai is answer. No. Is it? Kotai? Because kotaru is the verb to answer? Maybe? I'm just making up languages now. Kotai giri de wa nai. Oh, ha! I was right. He doesn't know the trick behind that piece of evidence. I should try showing it to him. It may be the key. You see what he did there? It may be the key to getting him to tell us. Bakana! Or he's acting. He could be rusing us. No one in law enforcement knew that it was both a key and a knife. Protect that key with your life. What does it open? Okay.